Great day, guys. It's your boy Sawan Belcher, and today I got my guy Noah with me, all the way from Cleveland, Ohio, and I want him to share just his story, not for you to learn from more so, but more so to inspire you on what you can do. My man went from a full-time teacher to a real estate investor. Okay, let's take time to get right into it. So, my man, welcome to the show.
What's going on, bro?
Yep, appreciate having you.
Yes,
you
sir.
know,
Yes, sir.
It's crazy because are you from Raleigh originally? Yeah, and it's, I'm from Raleigh, okay, elementary school, middle school. I went to Durant, Southeast, and we didn't meet until, did you go to A&T too?
Yeah.
I went to A&T and we didn't meet until now, so that's what's up, brother. Tell everybody who you are, man.
Yeah, so my name's Noah, from Raleigh, North Carolina, up here in Cleveland, or out in Cleveland, Ohio now. And I do real estate. I mean, wholesaling, rentals. I haven't done any fix and flips because I really don't like fix and flips. It is what it is. And then I'm dabbling in the short-term rentals, and then a lot of creative finance. All of my rentals are creative finance.
Amen. That's what's up. We're gonna definitely dive right into that. So let's start first. What did you when you graduated from A&T, or did you graduate?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you're at A&T. You graduate. What's next?
Yeah, so afterwards, I went up to Youngstown, Ohio, and I was a news reporter on the news.
Yeah.
So then, after I got wrongfully fired, all that good stuff, it was God's plan, though. So I got wrongfully fired, won the case in court.
Won a case in court?
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here.
Yep.
What was the case about in court?
What was it? It was racially charged. Basically it's racism.
Yeah.
So what happened was I got in an accident, like a bumper to bumper accident, nothing crazy, in my personal car. The people found out they couldn't sue or anything like that because it was the personal car, all that good stuff. But they knew me from the news. Yeah. So then they went to the news and they were like, "Oh yeah, he did it in the company car." The insurance even said, "Hey, it was," because we had the insurance, called the insurance and all that stuff. Yeah. They said it was in his 2018 Nissan Sentra. Have a recording of the people saying it was a 2018 Nissan Sentra.
Oh wow.
And the company cars, we drive Chevys.
Yeah.
Chevy and Nissan is two
different things.
So then they ended up firing me. They said, "We don't care what type of paperwork you have, all this stuff." Crazy thing is, I recorded the whole conversation.
Yeah.
When we were there.
Wow.
When they were firing me and stuff. So then we went to court, and they were like, "Yeah, you didn't do this to any other of your employees or any other of your white employees, but you do it to him."
Yeah.
So then I won that case in court.
Nice.
But in that meantime, I was struggling.
Yeah.
I was like, how am I going? And my wife, now she was holding me up.
Yeah.
Making sure everything was good. So then I ended up finding a teaching job. Yeah. Teaching the news. So I was
like a high school? Or?
Yeah, in a high school.
Okay.
Yep, in a high school. So I was doing that. And then I was driving back actually from North Carolina. I heard about wholesaling. I was like, hold on, what's this? So I heard about it, started researching a little bit more, and then...
Was it on a radio show?
Yeah, it was on Breakfast Club.
Okay, nice.
Mark Whitten.
Oh, with Mark, nice. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yep. So I listened to his, and I was like, all right, let me look more into it. Saw Max Maxwell, of course, like the Max Maxwell.
Of course.
Stuff like that.
The heavy marketers.
So I saw him, and I was like, all right, cool. Let me get into it. And then that's when I really started diving deep into it while having my 9 to 5, which was tough, but I still had to make it work. You know what I'm saying?
Now, when you were diving deep into it, what exactly were you diving into? Was it like YouTube, or did you get a course, or what was that like?
Nah, I just did YouTube.
Nice.
I was just on YouTube the whole time, and then also reading books. Like I read 2 books that really helped me. Never Split the Difference.
Nice.
And then Pitch Anything by Oren Claff.
Nice.
I think that one's like not talked about enough in the real estate game.
Yeah.
But like that, or anything Oren Claff is like crazy. Flip the Script by Oren Claff, like it's crazy.
That's for sure. And I'm actually gonna drop the links below because I like both of those books.
Yeah. So I read those, and that's when I really started like getting into it. I was just calling people on Zillow, like for sale by owners on Zillow, and I'm like, "Hey, do you want to sell your house?" And I didn't know what I was talking about at all.
So quick, out of those 2 books, okay, because those are general like sales books of persuasion and connecting with people and building rapport. Out of those 2 books, just drop me 2 gems out of those books that you use today in your business.
What I use today, all right. So for Pitch Anything, I always if I'm talking to a red seller, I know that their energy or
What's a red seller?
A red seller is someone who's aggressive.
Yeah.
Someone who is like very assertive, very like, all right, what's this? What's that? Get on to the next thing. Doesn't really have time, right? So if it's a red seller, this is what I learned from Pitch Anything, that their ego wants to engulf your ego and make you feel like the smaller dog, right? But the second you like come up and say, basically match their energy, they're gonna calm down and then they're gonna listen to you. Yeah. So you can't allow their ego or their little their pride that they have can't allow it to engulf yours, because if you do, it's over.
Nice. They're the Frenchie that want to bark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it. Hey, drop one more. I love it.
So then from Never Split the Difference, what I learned was when you're talking to a seller, you've got to be on the same side of the table as them, not on the opposite side. When you're negotiating, but what I tell my acquisition is like, we're negotiating before they even know we're negotiating. Right. The second we say, hello, how you doing? We're negotiating already. Right. But we're on the same side of the table and we're like, hey, what about this? And what about that? And then that's when they start to open up, because you're on the same side as them and not like on the opposite side saying, well, we want this and we want that. No. How can we do this together? What can we do against the finance department? The big bad finance department. What are we gonna tell them? Nice. And then that's what we do. Nice. And I learned that from both of those books.
Nice. So you're a solopreneur at this time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So when you say that you start putting titles out there like the finance department, did that make you feel uncomfortable knowing that you really didn't have a partner, or
of course, of course,
nice,
of course. In the beginning, yeah. But then afterwards, like you learn, like that's just those tactics that you got to use and do. Yeah. So
that's awesome, brother. That's like the best strategy. I call it the white coat syndrome. Like the nurse comes in, she does all of the work, but the doctor comes in to close you. Yep. So that's perfect. That's perfect. Exactly. So you're teaching high school. Yeah. Okay, and you're teaching about the news. And so Ed, and you figure out about wholesaling from Mark on the radio. Yep. And now you're watching YouTube videos. You start calling these for sale by owners. Yep. Now, did you get like a good response from those people, or?
No. Okay. No, I did not. I didn't get a good response a lot of the times. I actually even got. I'm not even gonna lie. We were just talking about it a couple of days ago. I actually got a police called on me. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
I got a police called on me because a call went completely left, and I didn't know how to handle it.
What went left?
So they were, I forgot what happened, but they were just talking to me about something, and then I was like, yeah, well, I am looking to buy it, and then I forgot how it turned, but they started like calling me names, and I was like, so is that how you do business? Yeah. And they were like, yeah, we're gonna come to shoot you, and and I said, well, come and do it.
Yeah, oh yeah, I love it.
So then they called the police and said that they saw some people riding around their house and stuff like that. Yeah. And I was like, I never rode around their house. Yeah. So then the police came to my house and they were like, hey, we heard about this. We want to see what's going on, make sure everything's okay. And it was okay. Yeah, nothing happened. But yeah, no. So the first couple times, no. Okay. Even my wife, she thought it was illegal. She thought I was going to go to jail. Yeah. Especially seeing the cops.
That's for sure.
She's like, yeah, you might want to do it.
So what made you push past that? I mean, like, that's pretty tough. You know what I mean? Like, to the average person that's, white collar, never done this before, you haven't even cashed a check yet. What made you push forward past that?
I really just think my person, like, because I knew what wholesaling could do for my family. I knew what it could do for my life. I knew how it could change me. I knew I always wanted to get into real estate. I was like, yo, it doesn't matter. Like, F it. Yeah. I'm going to do it. Amen. I have to do it. Amen. And of course I prayed about it too. So I was like, God, if this is what you want me to do, like, show me. He said multiple times, do this. I'm like, all right, well, say no more. I'm doing it.
I love it.
I'm doing it.
So what did it sound like on the phone? Your first deal, okay? Yeah. And let's just make it realistic for him. How many no's, how many phone calls, and then where did that first deal come from?
I got at least 2 to 3 months of no's. Like, just no. Didn't know how to comp. Didn't know how to do anything. I'm pretty sure I lost a lot of deals. Yeah. That if I look back now, I'd been like, yo, take that right now. But it took about like 2-3 months. I was driving for dollars as I do every Saturday, or did every Saturday, and I was about to pass it. My wife was in the car. She was like, "What about that house?" I was like, "Hold on."
Nice.
So I backed up and I was like, "All right, let me just skip Tracy. Let me just see." So then I called them. I actually got it under contract.
Yeah.
And then I thought I couldn't sell it, so then I backed out of the contract. And then a buyer hit me up like that same day and was like, "Hey, I want to buy it."
Wow.
And I was scrambling trying to get the contract back.
Well, let's break this down. Okay, so you got the deal under contract.
Yeah.
So from the day that you got the deal under contract to you backing out, how long of a time frame was that?
About 15 days.
About 15 days.
Yeah.
And how long did you have it under contract?
I had it under contract for...
Like, on your contract, how many days did it say we're going to close?
30.
You had it under contract
30.
for 30 days.
Yeah.
So, this is a perfect point. So, inside of you, like, what was going on that you still have 15 days? What made you say, let me call this seller and let them know I can't do this?
Because I was afraid, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I was just afraid. Fear took over. I was like, I'm not going to be able to sell it. I can't do this. I was like, let me just go ahead and cut it now.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I was afraid.
Nice.
To be honest with you.
So this buyer reaches out to you and says, "Yo, bro, I'll buy it." Did he buy it at the marketed price, or was there a negotiation?
It was some negotiation for sure. But he just made it seem like he wasn't going to buy it. So I was just like, well, that was my last hope. That was it.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I don't have any other buyers. It's over. But then that's when he called me back and said the price that he could do. I think it was like $3,000 over. You know what I'm saying? It was $3,000 assignment fee, but it was biggest to me. I was getting checks of $1,000 every 2 weeks. So $2,000 a month, I get $3,000. In 15 days, I'll take it.
Amen. Amen.
I'll take it. So that's when he called me, and I was like, I had to scramble to get the contract back, like that same night.
What did you say to the seller?
I said, "Hey, I found some other funding. Can we still do this?" And he said, "Yeah, but you got to put non-refundable earnest money of $500.
Okay.
And I said, in that time, I was like, I can't afford to lose $500.
Yeah.
I can't do that. So I was like, I called the buyer and I was like, "Hey, can you put a non-refundable of $500?" And he said, "No, I'm not going to do that." And I was like, oh gosh, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do at all. But then he ended up saying like, "Cool, it's fine. He'll put the $500 and all that good stuff." And
he gave it directly to the seller or to the title company?
No, to the title company.
To the title company.
Yeah, to the
nice.
title company.
Now, why did you choose to give it to the title company versus the seller?
Seller could just run off with it, and it's not on the books.
Right.
The title company, because it's supposed to go towards the purchase price.
Yeah.
And the seller could be like, "I never received $500. He just gave it to me as a gift. I don't know." You know what I'm saying? So
I love it. I love it. So you do your first, man. By the way, thanks for sharing all of that.
Yeah,
because people don't understand. It's an easy concept, but people don't understand like the price that you actually have to pay. You might not have. It might be free to do the deal. It might not cost anything. But it cost you fear, it cost you courage, it cost you whatever you had to go through to get it done. So,
I remember it was more, I'd be waking up like 6, 7 in the morning, like listening to podcasts, reading the books, and like watching my wife sleep. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take care of you.
Dope. Dope. Have you seen the movie The Banker?
No, I haven't.
You gotta watch The Banker. Yeah, you gotta watch The Banker. I'm not gonna give it away, but in The Banker, this was like in the 60s. It was captivated in the 60s. Two black guys. They're buying apartment units, and crazy. And they were doing it creatively, but alongside of this whole journey of them picking up over 200 apartments, the wife really was like the support. Right? She would drop a gem, just like your wife said, "Hey, look, stop at this house." You know what I mean? She dropped a gem, and because you were the man and you were willing to listen to your wife, and then but still having the vision and power to get through it, you get to that check.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, it's dope.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's dope. Samuel L. Jackson, I forget the other guy that's in it, but it's super dope.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So since your first deal, when was that?
That was 2020. Yeah, because that was during the pandemic.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Started the pandemic, yeah.
Okay, and so since that first deal, what does it look like moving forward? You got $3,000. What's next?
So what happened? Another buyer came in 75.
Yeah.
So we ended up going with the other buyer.
Yeah.
At 75. instead of the one buyer for the 3,000. So we ended up the other buyer got it for we got an assignment fee of 7,500.
Yeah.
I had to split that, so I think that was 3 and some change or something like that. Yeah. So that 3,000 that I did get net in my pocket, I took that. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know. I know I did something. I know I bought something that I wasn't supposed to buy. I do know that.
I love it.
I bought something I wasn't supposed to buy. I put some of it towards our wedding.
Nice.
And then
congrats on that.
Appreciate it. And then the rest of it, that's right. I put it back into the business because I ended up getting call tools, so I got a multi-line dialer, so that I can actually start dialing. I didn't get a VA because I understood cold calling, but I didn't have the multi-line dialer.
For sure.
So I got that. Ended up getting prop stream. I ended up getting better skip tracing as well. So that's what I put it towards after that.
Very, very cool, man. Very cool. So how do you scale? Like, how do you get to doing more deals? Because how many deals? Let's call it. What is it? It's March the 2nd. So from January 1 to now, how many deals have you done?
We're doing on average 7 deals a month. So what's that? 14, 28.
Nice. So how do you get from doing your first deal to now doing 7 deals a month?
So doing that, getting my first deal to doing 7 deals. Number one, gotta delegate.
Yep.
Have to delegate. Have to write your SOPs. Like if I had
what's an SOP?
Standard operating procedure.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure everybody understands. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to write your standard operating procedures. You got to, and that's like I'm writing down to a T. Like log on to Zen call. From there, do this, then do this, then do this. Where like a 5th grader can read it, look at it, and do all the steps.
Nice. So you like writing it down and doing videos, or like a
yeah.
Okay.
Writing it down, doing videos, doing that, and then so that's what you want to do with your SOPs. Also, track your KPIs.
Yeah.
So key performance indicators.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that everything that you do, how many calls do you have to do as acquisitions, or whether it's you're cold calling yourself, how many calls to a contract close, right? So for us, I know we have to have 50 calls a day will get us one contract a day, right?
Yeah.
So if we're getting that one contract a day and we're making 50 calls each day, then we're getting 5 contracts a week. 5 contracts a week, that means 20 a month. Out of those 20, how many of those are going to close? Let's say we get it 50%, right? 50% is still a good close ratio. So 50% of those are going to close, so we're at 10. 10 of those close. If we get an average assignment fee of $10,000, that's $100K each and every month.
Nice.
So that's our KPIs, and if we miss those KPIs, that's how I hire and fire. Hire and fire off of our not our goals, our what's it called? You know what it's called? Core values.
Core values.
Thank
Okay,
you.
nice.
Hire and fire off core values, but
I'm definitely hiring for my core values.
Yeah.
I'm firing because I'm like. Yeah, but that's just me.
So, and the KPIs, if you're not hitting your KPIs, like you gotta go.
Agreed.
Like, you gotta go. I can't.
So let's talk about that. Okay, let's talk about that. So delegation is the key to elevation.
Yes.
Okay, for sure. So you do your first deal. At what point do you muster up the courage to say, I'm willing to hire somebody, and I have the courage to be able to put them first? Because whenever you're a leader, you're responsible for making sure they make money.
Yes,
because otherwise you don't really bring any value. So at what point, do you say I'm willing to hire?
Honestly, after I came down and talked to you,
okay,
like a whole year ago,
okay,
almost to the day, like that's why I was like, all right, hey, so Juan's over here doing this. If I want to do the same stuff that he's doing, I've got to do the same thing that he's doing. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I took that when I came back, I was like, all right, I got to get a VA. You can't continue to cold call
for sure
because it's not gonna work
for sure.
So at that point, once I talked to you, you showed me like, hey, this is what you've got to do. I was like, all right, say no more.
Yeah.
Boom. So that's when I got that. I'm not even gonna lie, I was scared. I only had a month for her.
Amen.
I only had a month of time for her. So I was like, hey, either it's gonna work or I'm gonna have to let her go.
Right.
So I did it, and I was like, all right, cool. So we ended up getting some deals, and I mean, she stayed with me ever since. Like she's still with me.
Nice.
To this day. But yeah, it was that point once I realized like what you were doing and like able to see it, especially as like black men or black people in general. Like, I never saw that. Right. You know what I mean? I never saw that from a young black man.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, bet I can do this.
Yeah.
This can happen. So that point, that's when I started like, all right, let me just go ahead.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I love hearing that. I never heard that before.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So I want you to drop. You know, why you decide to just change from assignments to actually, you know, picking up your first deal. Like, did it just happen and say, hey, I'm just gonna, you know, or like what did that look like? Cause you host some rentals.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like what's that look like?
Man, so it's kind of it's funny because it's like everything that I do comes back to you. Yeah. So, and I'm not even trying to gas you.
No, amen. Like no, I love it.
I'm just being real. So, so I remember it was a phone call, and I was trying to assign this.
The subject too.
The subject too. I was trying to assign the subject too.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, I'm trying to assign this. Like, what's going on? Like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
And you were like, you don't have to put any money down. I was like, no. And then you were like, you already got renters? I'm like, yeah, I got people that want to rent it. So you got any people that want to do a lease option? Yeah, they said they wanted to, but I just want to assign it. And you were like, bro, just take that down. Like, just take it down. And I was like, take it down? And he was like, yeah, just take it down. If you got the money to close.
Yeah.
He was like, you got the money to close? I was like, I do. You got somebody want to buy it? I do.
Right.
Take it down.
Let's talk about this real quick. Amen. Just so you know, I'm grateful. You know, one thing that I pray for is that whoever these, you know, videos see, you know, because I'm not like the biggest, you know, marketer out there. So I know not everybody's going to see it, but whoever sees me, whoever hears me, that they get whatever they need from whatever I got. Mm-hmm. You know, that's one thing I always pray. So when you get this deal, you call me, we talk about it. And how much did it cost to actually close the deal? I know the seller didn't want any money out of pocket, but what was the purchase price? How much were they behind? You know, let's get a little detail.
So really, they weren't even behind. They just
nice.
They just wanted to get it done.
Yeah. Now, why? Like, why would somebody wanna you know, give you their mortgage, you know, and it's current?
They were tired of renting. They were tired of giving it to renters, and they weren't really getting any money out of renting it.
Yeah.
So it was just breaking even.
It's a wash.
So, yeah, they might as well just go ahead and let it go. So I was like, all right, no problem.
They didn't want to like let a realtor sell it for them?
So that's the thing. If they had a realtor sell it for them, they would have had to pay, like, basically what they owed was at the top of the market.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it was like 56 that they owed or something like that, plus a home equity line of credit, which took it up to like 66 or 67.
Yeah.
And houses all fixed up were only going for 80,000, 70, 80,000.
Yeah.
So they couldn't sell it with the realtor, or else they would have had to pay out of pocket.
Right.
So they were like, they didn't want to do that.
Perfect.
So they didn't want to be any renter. They didn't want to have a landlord. They didn't want to be a landlord anymore. So they were like, all right, well, we don't want to do that. What can we do? So I ended up calling them, or my cold caller Cheryl that I hired.
Nice.
Called them, said, hey, no, here's the lead. Boom, called them up. So they just wanted to get out of the loan. So
it's 66. That's what you take over?
Yep.
Okay, you take over 66. What's your payment?
66. The payment is, I think it was like 350, 358, somewhere around.
Okay. And how much do you pay the title company to get it in your name?
$1,500.
$1,500. So you come out of pocket $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Technically.
Okay. So the seller doesn't want any money.
Nope.
Okay. The mortgage is current.
Correct.
What did it look like with the lease option person that you bring in? Okay.
So what I did, they had to put $10,000 down.
Okay.
They had 2 years to pay it off, whether they, get a loan and pay it, or if they want to just straight up cash pay it, whatever you want to do. It don't matter to me.
Right.
As long as it's paid.
Amen. Amen.
And then they pay $750 a month.
Yep, nice. So, and your payment is
$350.
All right, there we go. I like it.
Yep.
Okay, $10,000 up front. So minus your $1,500, so that means you take home $8,500.
$85.
All right, and then your mortgage is $350. They bring it home $750.
$750.
Cool. So you bring it home $400.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. And you give them 2 years.
Yep.
What did you promise them, or price wise?
I said the price was, I think it was like 80 or 90.
Nice. I love those.
80 or 90. Yeah.
Yep, I love it.
So it was above market.
Amen.
But I mean,
it's probably right about where it needs to be now because the market has risen a little bit. That's the thing about the lease options. You can put it above market, but 3 years, 2 years later, it's gonna come up.
It's gonna come up.
Yeah, and that sets them up perfectly.
Yep. So
I like that.
That was the first one. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared about that one.
Yeah.
I was scared, but I was like, someone said take it down.
Yeah.
I prayed about it. God said take it down.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's take it down.
Let's go. So now let me ask you this. Now you got those people in there. Have you had any heartache or any struggle with them while they're in there?
No, because everything that is there, like that's theirs. Like if they punch a hole in the wall, it's your house. Right. You gotta fix it.
Right.
Something goes wrong, your house.
Right.
You gotta fix it. You just pay me as if I'm the bank each and every month.
Amen.
That's it. So that's why I was like, I have nothing to do with it. If anything goes wrong, that's on them. All I do is just go over, which I need to do better, not go over there and get it. I need them to pay
for sure
electronically, so I don't have to go over there.
For sure.
But I just go over and get it each and every month, and that's it.
Okay. So let me just cozy.com. You can set it up on auto draft.
Okay.
They pay the fee to pay. Or you can use your business bank. So I got First Bank, and they have a bill pay system. You can set it up auto draft.
Okay.
Once again, so you don't have to do that.
Okay.
Because you don't want to be in North Carolina. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to get to. What's your goal as far as how many rentals you want?
By the end of this year, we gotta have 50 units.
Hey, that's what I'm talking
gotta
about.
have 50.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's
50.
crazy. I just got 50 right now, so that's dope. That's dope. So, that is dope. I like it.
We gotta.
How close are you? How close are you to the 50?
Halfway.
Nice, man. I gotta pick it up. Shoot, I gotta
halfway.
pick it up.
Halfway, yeah. Because I just picked up another one.
Wow.
Another lease option one.
Amen.
The people they're moving in. They're moving in tomorrow.
Amen.
They're moving in tomorrow. Yeah. So we got the carpets fixed and everything for them, and they're moving in tomorrow.
Very, very dope. Now I know you and your wife gotta go, so I just wanna sum it up, okay?
Yeah.
So, you were a teacher, right? Did your first deal, and then now you're full time.
Now full time.
Okay. What made you say it's time for me to leave my salary? Because at the end of the day, even though teachers don't get paid the most, they have a guaranteed job. They have a guaranteed check with guaranteed health insurance. That's what most black people are afraid of with going full time. It's the health insurance. At what point do you say I'm willing to take the risk, and why?
So what happened? I was doing deals, right, and everything was going well. I was getting deals done, having this come in, that come in, and like wholesaling started to exceed my income from being a teacher. This before I even had rentals, right? So I'm sitting there. I think it was like our wedding week.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there because we had just moved like 30 minutes away from where I work. So I sat there and I was like, why am I doing this? I don't want to go all the way here.
Yep.
I need to quit. So I sat and I prayed, and God was like, cut the rope. I said, hold on, God, what?
Right.
Hold on, what?
Right.
Like,
you gave me the answer you was looking for.
He was like, cut the rope. So I said, all right. I hear you, God. Let me go ask her. If she says yes, then I know it was you. But if she says no, I know it was me. I go there. She just wakes up and she's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, you said it's what? She was like, yeah, that's fine. You got it. It's okay. I trust
Amen.
you. I said, all right. Oh, okay. All right. And then, so I set it up where I'll still get paid during the summer as a teacher. So I was like, all right, well, I still got that pay. I took my 401k out. I was like, all right, I don't need that. Let me go ahead and pay rent for the whole year. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm going to pay that for the whole year. Cool. So that's good. I don't have to worry about that. And then, so then after that, I was like, I'm out of here.
Let's go. I love it.
So that's what I did.
I love it. I love it. One thing I'm going to challenge you to do is find your own deal inside of your leads. It's find your own house inside of your leads. And it's not gonna it's not at first it might just seem like a normal deal, but just I'm gonna challenge you to find your own house inside of your leads. And it'll be there. It'll be there for you. It'll pop up at the right time. So I'm gonna challenge you for that.
That's what I've been looking for too.
Yep.
That's what I've been looking like. Seeing if I can.
Amen.
Seeing what's up.
Well, I'm just here as a confirmation. So
no, I appreciate it.
Well,
if I can, I just want to ask you one question.
Yeah.
Real quick. So with the scaling and everything like that, knowing that, because I think there's something that's not really talked about. Knowing that you have people who depend on you, their families depend on you. For sure. How do you deal with that weight and deal with that pressure of like you got to be on your A game
every day?
Yeah,
every day.
It's game 7 every day.
Yeah. Now I will say it's a temperature gauge. That's you learn how to adjust your temperature. As time goes on. Now when you realize your temperature gauge starts to get a little too hot, like it starts to get closer to 90. And you're a bigger guy, so you might sweat before then. But when my temperature gauge gets there, number one, I have to do something that I like. So I like roller skating. That gives me a natural high. I like driving a car. I'm a car guy, so I like driving. So I keep those things really close to me, and I make sure I do those things. Number two, I believe. You know what I mean? I believe. And it's cliche, I'm sorry to be so cliche, but I believe. Like every day, I win. Every day is the best day that I've ever had. Because that fear that you were speaking about earlier, it's gonna come. But when the fear comes up, the difference between you backing down that day is what you tell yourself. So, without giving you any kind of strategy of how to take over the world, just believe, but also make sure you have time for yourself to do whatever you need to do for yourself. Not your wife or, you're pregnant now, so not your child, but like, this is what I'm doing for Noah. You know what I mean? And because I have to do that with myself. It's like, and it's just, sometimes the wife will get upset with me, like, oh, you're just going to go do that? It's me. It's not, you know what I mean? Because honestly, your family, your team, they're only going to be as good as you are. They're only going to be 80% of what you are. You know what I mean? So you have to put yourself 20% more than everybody else. So that means, if that's exercising, if that's drinking water, if that's staying calm, if that's reading books, if that's going to a conference to get better, if that's, having, sessions like this, asking questions like this, then that's what you got to do. And if that means that somebody has to be upset because you took that time, then that's the cost. That's what it costs to be successful. You see what I'm saying? That's what I had to ask that's what I tell my wife yesterday. I said, do you really understand how much it costs to live our dream life? And are you willing to pay that price? You know what I'm saying? So without all the numbers and tactics, it's a God thing. You know what I mean? So it's a God thing.
No, I appreciate that.
Heck yeah. Well, look, I hope everybody's enjoyed this show. This is my guy. This is my guy. This right here is my guy. There's a lot of guys that pay me for my time that want to learn from me and educate, but this right here, my guy. Okay, I got a couple of them, but definitely I appreciate you for what you do. Tell everybody how they can find you, and then I also want you to tell them how you're helping people get into the business, because that's for sure.
Yeah. So how you can find me on Instagram, NoahDW _REI. So it's NoahDW _REI. That's where I'm mostly on. I'm mostly on Instagram. And if you DM me, we actually have a Discord group, and it's literally, I know everybody be talking to me and telling me I need to do more. It's only for $10 a month. And I'm literally giving you all the secrets that I can about real estate, wholesaling, private money, anything like that. So that's what's up.
I'm vouching for my guy. Okay, there's some guys that hold information so they can sell you some information. Giver, okay, giver, right here. So definitely connect with them. I appreciate you connecting with me when you're in town. I really do. And until then, remember, you don't need all 3 to do a deal. You just need 2 to do you. Have an amazing day. Peace.